Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's your boys way back here live.
Biddy.
Suplex Biddies, episode
Biddies.
39, correct? Or are we on 40 now?
Sure.
I'm hold on, I'm getting to our producer.
Testing. Rogue One, testing.
Our producer doesn't even know. We have to go back to it. Hold on.
Episode 39.
Hello? Yes. Okay. Episode 39 it is. 39, Suplex Biddies, brought to you by Couch Guys Sports Network. Here we are, back again, talk a little graps, and then, not. It's what we do.
And get off
We're the
rails.
best wrestling podcast because we talk about it, then we don't.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys use the internet one time. CouchGuysSports.com. Go check out our blogs. Go check out Sports.com is what I said.
Sports.
I heard sports. I was just like, since when are we
The
celebrating
first
Hanukkah?
competitive male sport. I don't know what we're talking about. Go ahead, Jones.
Yeah, so go use the Couch Guys Sports website. Go check out all the fine blogs, fine podcasts on the network, and stay tuned because there's merch coming soon. There is merchandise coming soon, and trust me when I tell you, you will not want to miss this. Also, before we start, we are sponsored not only by the Couch Guys Sports Network, but our good friends over shockedenergy.com. Ever feel tired? Just kind of need a boost of energy? Go use shockedenergy.com. www.shockedenergy.com. Code CGSN, 10% off your order. Watermelon flavored box, green apple flavored box. Focus at a moment's notice. Shocked Energy. Scene. Okay, back to the show. We got Life Hurts, Andrew Hodman in the building.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the administration for Jergens and Bill Belichick's long lost son, apparently, with
Yes,
that
sir.
hoodie.
Yes, sir.
I
That's
can't
right.
tell if it's Bill Belichick or if it's like
just Diego
like a
DJ here.
Luke Skywalker type thing you're trying to do here, Diego. But I'm not. I don't know how I feel about it.
Well, I wasn't asking for your opinion. Just maybe I am that Luke Skywalker right now, trying to Star Wars.
Start some moon battles on a
Yeah.
Monday.
And your host, as always, Christopher Jones. The nasty grandma's over there. Oh, nasty Nani. Sorry, my English.
Chris from his own room for the first time in weeks.
Sorry, my English. I can hardly read.
I was in my room when we recorded 2 weeks ago. That's where this fucking thing came in. Do you now
DVD
remember?
player.
The DVD player. And guess what, motherfuckers? Christmas happened. Merry Christmas to y'all. Wish you all a Happy New Year already. But so for y'all that don't know, I updated from a DVD player to a PS5. Hey, rejoice. I'm with the times. Jesus. Fuck, there goes my clock again. God help me.
PS5. PS5
room-
plays 8 tracks. Did you know that?
They play 8 tracks?
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. This is 1999 all over again. Let's get fucking going.
1999.
boys.
What do you? What?
I don't know.
What decade do you think that's from?
Yeah,
I'm
lost on that one.
The 7, the 8, 9.
There's
Yeah.
this thing coming up in the world known as Day One. Since you're getting off the rails here, Jones, let us know what's going on.
all of a sudden he really has something to do. Okay,
Oh, I forgot. Excuse me.
I'm scheduled, guys.
Andrew Hunneman's the host tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, time
Here we are.
management,
You guys
guys.
don't even
let's
let me
go.
read anything,
Yep.
so I could do whatever. You do whatever you want.
Hello?
You do whatever you want.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Hey, hang on.
Producer called. Andrew's in charge.
Hang on, guys. I'm getting a message from WWE Management Board.
Board of directors, is that what you're
Yes,
saying?
hello. Hi, Vince. Okay, all right. We'll get going on day one. Okay, I'll tell Mr. Life Hurts day one starts now. You heard the man. Life
It's
starts
been
now.
started. Believe me.
Day one starts now.
Life been hurting for months.
Guys, Vince said live starts now. Day one.
Well, Vince, if that's the case, where's the paycheck?
Well, so card up for potential changes because there's been some rumors that some of the grapsers.
Grapplers.
No, I don't want to use that term. The Graps lads and lasses have maybe had a little bit of a COVID string going through the locker room. So as of this past weekend, there was a big show at Madison Square Garden, and big names such as, were pulled from their show. It was Belair, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley is allegedly another one. Big E, Roman pulled out because of the his scares for his health and things like that. So who knows? You'll see if they're gonna fix some stuff over the weekend. But as of earlier today, the quarantining days has seemingly been lowered, which is just a thing that got released like an hour ago. They're saying 5 to 6 days instead of 10. So who knows? But as the card stands, we may as well do our prediction. So Jones, how would you lead off with that pay-per-view?
That pay-per-view in total, how would I lead off?
Yeah. And then we'll start with that match and then we'll go on.
I think if I had a pick, I think I would start off with Edge and The Miz.
Okay. Who do you think's going to win that one?
Edge.
Good call.
I like Edge in that one.
I'm going to say Miz by dirty tactics.
I like the emphasis on the dirty that you had there.
Dirty tactics. Belichick, what do you think?
I'm thinking Edge as well.
Cool. How? When? Who? Elaborate more. Tell the people
in the laboratory.
Wondering. Tell the people what to think. This is the week where everyone agrees you don't do a single productive thing with your life. Let's tell them how to think. Let's take it to the bank. Let's go.
Listen, money in the bank coming soon. But I'm telling you, it's Edge in the observatory with the knife.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Just like in Clue.
Yep. Good movie, honestly. Just saw it for the first time. Very good.
Thank you. But no, Miz is going to try his dirty tactics. Edge, it's going to cost him. Edge is going to hit him with a spear. 1, 2, 3. Ceiling.
I mean, it'd be pretty idiotic and pretty WWE to have it come off of a brutal match that he just underwent with Seth Rollins in Hell in a Cell to lose to someone as not even close, like The Miz. Like, that's pretty disappointing.
I only say The Miz because knowing WWE, they tend to like to make these rivalries go a couple months. So if you have Edge win outright the first time, why do they keep fighting?
Well, see, this is another thing to factor too. As of late, they've portrayed a really, really bad chemistry between Miz and Maurice. I think Maurice also plays a factor there, and Edge wins it.
Okay. They are renewing their vows tonight on Raw, apparently. So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, Miz is also renewing his bowels too, his bowel movement.
I was kind of hoping that we'd have a cake, or it'd be like the old days. Big Dick Johnson would come back, but I doubt that happens.
I miss those.
No, we'll have
man.
a cake. We'll have a cake. Just Rusev comes out of it too.
Love it.
All right. What about 2 Edges and a Miz? Okay. Well, you've been hanging out with Zano too much if you're picking the Miz.
Okay. I just think the rivalry is going to have to continue. So you give Miz the first win. And then Edge goes, you only beat me because blah, blah, blah. And Miz is like, I beat Edge. I'm a Hall of Famer. Blah, blah, blah. And then the women get involved and there's a mixed tag match. And then blah,
we
blah, blah.
thought the same about Edge and Seth Rollins. And look where that got us.
Yeah, we were right about the Seth Rollins one.
For
I'm
a
pretty
little.
sure we all nailed. I think we all nailed that one.
I'm not talking about. I'm not talking about who gets it right. I'm talking about.
But
the feud going. It didn't keep it going.
I just want to see Beth Phoenix in the ring, so you just gotta tie it into everybody. That's all.
Ah, she's good.
I wasn't going about like who gets it right and who gets it wrong. I'm not going about that. I'm going about that feud staying on for longer. It's not going to. The Miz does not deserve somebody to stay on the feud with him like Edge.
Okie dokie.
Oh, it's pretty good at the mic.
Seen better.
All right, next one. What about McIntyre and Madcap Moss?
McIntyre via decapitation. calling it right now.
McIntyre, just because he comes down with a fucking sword.
Yeah, that's what decapitation means with the sword.
He should fucking kill him with the sword.
Did you guys see? Did you see SmackDown when he got hit in the back of the head with the present and then just like died on the ground? It's a pretty good sell by Madcap. That's pretty funny. So I think it's gonna be that, but it's just his head that hits the ground because of the decapitation.
You know what I mean? Do you think it's a cinematic? Madcap Moss is dead, and then we get Riddick Moss back.
It's a murder.
Yeah, so they murder the character of Madcap Moss.
Yeah, murder him. It's a murder in gorilla with a sword, like Clue.
Okay, Diego.
I have to agree. I think McIntyre wins it here. I think just that Claymore kick we'll just see that head just go to planet go fuck yourself.
The match can't last more than like 2 minutes.
I think that
What's the fucking point of having it on the show outside of having McIntyre just on the airwaves? That's all I can think of.
I don't see that match lasting forever. I don't see it.
All right, how about the next one?
Well, what do you think, Jones? Did you think McIntyre?
Yeah, I said McIntyre because he comes down with the sword.
Okay, just making sure. Decapitation.
I think I see more energy at a funeral than this.
I'm trying
too, but I don't know who kicked him in the who kicked him in his ankles.
Because he's got cankles and they're a big target.
Oh, he's got cankles. That's right.
Where are the cankles? Where? Those are ankles. Anybody who watches on YouTube, I'm so sorry in advance. All right, let's move on.
I think if Aaron Rodgers just saw this, he would be extremely turned on by your feet.
No, it's Rex Ryan. You gotta get it
Rex
right.
Ryan. He talks about that in public now. It's funny.
Yes, on national television.
Big feet guy over here, so I think he's good.
Next one. Raw Women's.
I got for hand sanitizer.
Raw Women's.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna take a tally on Diego's fucking interruptions tonight because he's making Hunter look like a fucking a gold student.
I've been born again in my faith.
Fucking born again.
Christmas happened, and I'm happy.
All right, Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, Liv Morgan.
Card subject to change, but I would like to see Liv win it, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Becky Lynch.
I think we get a good showing out of Liv in this one, but at the end of the day, she's the man facing against women, so it's got to be Becky Lynch.
Yeah.
So Becky.
I can't imagine them taking the title off of her this close to WrestleMania. It's just like you'd probably want her to be the one going into the show with maybe Bianca as your main women's match.
Right. Speaking of Becky, do you have one for us?
Jurgens, hey, mute.
I just want to make sure I'm not interrupted, so I'm letting you guys talk. My mom taught me manners, so go ahead if there's anything else you guys like to say.
My mom literally taught a manners class in the city of Melrose, so I don't know if you went to the Yellow Brick Road Academy, but
that's not the name of it.
It was called, it was Yellow Brick Road something.
Not a chance.
Yes, it was. Google it. My mom taught manners and how to use your fork right. It's like this.
Like this, right? Becky versus Liv Morgan, Diego?
Sure. Thank you for allowing me the time on air to speak.
Don't be a dickhead.
Oh my God.
Are we counting how many times Jones interrupts me?
Yes, I am. I'll appear.
Okay. So I would like to suggest that if this match stays the same, if there's no changes made, I think Liv Morgan wins the title. I don't think she'll go on a huge, baby face run and start beating everybody on the roster. But I don't find it beneficial for Raw to otherwise suggest that Becky Lynch is basically unbeatable because it basically devaluates the rest of the roster. And that roster has a lot of potential there, especially going on to 2022 and looking for new content. you kind of need to turn the page over, and hence why I see Liv Morgan winning the title.
Okay, cool. I would love.
I mean,
that.
don't get me wrong. Hunter and I would love life if Liv Morgan was our champion, but it's WWE. It's right around WrestleMania, so who knows? But again, that could create a good thing. Maybe Becky wins the Rumble or Liv wins the Rumble, and it sets up this big thing. And Liv wins at WrestleMania. You never know.
Yeah.
All right, next one: the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus the New Day of Kofi Kingston and King Woods. We'll start with Jurgens.
Sorry, I was making sure I was muted. Don't want to interrupt. Good question. Yeah, at the moment, I really don't have an answer, but
What was that?
what?
You were like right here, like at this point in time, I don't have a response for your question. Please ask again later.
It's called content. I actually don't even have an answer for this one though. So you can try somebody else at this point.
I'll flip a coin.
Usos.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll go with the Usos on this one.
So let me tell you about this match.
I don't really have much there to decide from, but I guess we'll go with the Usos this one.
The Usos versus the New Day, part 11D7. These two historic rivalries. These two
next on a pole match.
These two have done it all. And at day one, we will see who will be victorious.
And at day one, they do it again.
Integrity Farms.
Integrity.
But no, I'm indeed going to take the Usos in this one. I just think Kofi and Woods don't need the titles around them to be as successful as they are in the company. So I'm going to ride with what they used to be known as day one. I think they win in day one. So go with that. All right, next one. Card potentially changing, but right now it looks like the fatal four-way for the WWE Championship match is still on. Big E versus Seth versus Kevin Owens versus Bobby Lashley. Now, I have to ask the question. If Big E, Seth Rollins, and Bobby Lashley can't compete, does Kevin Owens win the WWE title?
By default, he probably should. And that'd be a very funny thing for a heel person to run with. Who knows what they end up doing? Maybe they'll do like a number one contender match or toss him in with Roman if Roman's actually having a match. It's weird because it seems like at least Big E and Rollins may be missing Raw tonight. Lashley might have just been a precautionary one. Owens ended up main eventing the live event over the weekend with Edge in the steel cage match, so he seems to be still going through with flying colors. But I don't know how they're going to do it, so you're going to have to tune into Raw to figure out what their backup plan is, because you'd hope that they don't pull what they did at SummerSlam and just a minute before the match is supposed to start, they say, hey, so and so can't compete tonight. And again, they had a surprise plan back then, so it went over a little bit better, but you can't, it's tough to really market that and get away with that if you keep pulling crap like that.
I mean, is this when The Rock comes back?
No.
Hey, Dwayne, can I pay you $3 million to do this one spot for me?
Dude, you think Dwayne gets out of bed for $3 million? Not a fucking chance. I'm gonna say
if the match happens, who's winning? Sorry,
I want to say Big E, but if it actually does happen as it's supposed to, I think they're gonna take it off of him. So I'm gonna say Big E as it currently is put together if it actually happens.
Diego.
Yeah, I'll agree. As it is, they hardly have written any really good content for Big E, which leads me to think they really don't have any additional content to write for anybody else if somebody else was to win it. Big E still has a lot to present to the table as a champion. I think if anything, his charisma and his way of being entertaining would probably lead him off to start, to move on to WrestleMania season. So I think he retains leading into WrestleMania.
I mean, I would hope so, but it would just be so WWE to give it to Seth Rollins. Let Seth go on like a little title reign, have Big E win the Rumble, and then literally Big E beats him for the title again. That way, in the same year, Big E not only cashes the Money in the Bank wins, but he also wins the Royal Rumble and wins back and becomes a 2-time WWE champion just like that.
That would be cool.
So I'm going to say Seth, but I hope it's Big E. All right. Now, the one that I'm very worried about because of the COVID-19 and the health concerns of our champion here, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar for the WWE Universal Championship. What are we thinking?
So there's that weird thing that we've heard about today. I think it might have actually been confirmed by now with WWE not requiring COVID testing or something anymore because it's just not the time to be doing that. But if that's the case, Roman might say, "Hey, I'm not going to stick around if you guys are doing this. So have me drop the belt to Brock." So this one's a toss-up for me if he even competes there. I still think it's set up perfectly to have Heyman turn on Lesnar fully and cost Lesnar the match after they had their little on-screen breakup with Roman and Paul. It seems like a misdirect and everything like that. So I'm gonna take Roman Reigns just because if it's up to him, if he's planning to stick around, he's not going anywhere. He's going to be champion for a very long time. So I'm sticking with Roman.
Diego?
Yeah, I'm sticking around with Roman too. I do think the COVID-19 aspect of things do play a role in the way that the match goes. But I think also another person that plays a role is Mr. Heyman himself.
Mhm.
We could see some, as Mr. Herman loves to use the word chicanery, so we can see that.
That's the word.
I do think it would be beneficial if Roman just wins it though. I don't really see a need for Brock Lesnar to win it here at all.
Same. Yep. Agreed.
Yeah, I mean, so again, like what Hanuman said, if Roman's not going to be the guy because of said things, like it makes perfect sense. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if Brock wins. Then again, I won't be surprised if we get Brock in the Rumble as well. So I'm going to say Roman right now, but subject to change depending on the card.
And last time they had one of these big issues with like an illness. I think it's like half the roster got like the mumps or something like that back at TLC, like 2016 or 17. They had they threw together some cool matches like AJ Styles versus Demon Finn Balor. They had the Shield minus Roman with Kurt Angle as like Uncle Shield in his vest, face some guys. So they threw together a really good show. So if it does have to change and they're really trying to, mark their territory with this new year and what's to come, they'll do something, rather than pee down their leg. Maybe they'll actually pull something out of their butt.
Yeah. So for with that being said, so all of our predictions will go through now, and obviously if the card changes, make sure you're following the Twitter page at Suplex Biddies.
We shall update.
We not only shall we update, but I think there could be some videos that we could each do to give our predictions on updated content that will be at day one.
Can I get flashcards? I'm gonna get scared.
I can't
look at me. Hey, look at me. I'm Andrew Hanneman.
For the Intercontinental Championship, I think Shinsuke Nakamura is gonna win.
I wish you talked like that all the time.
I can, but it hurts my head.
I can imagine.
And that was awesome. I don't think you mentioned that match. Did you mention Sami Zayn versus Nakamura?
Doesn't say it's on the card.
Oh, I thought it was made official on Friday with that gauntlet match. Well, if it does happen, which I thought I read about, there's supposed to be Sami Zayn versus Nakamura for the IC title. What do you guys think?
If that's the case, it's Sami Zayn.
Yeah, agreed. Should
Right,
be, because
Diego?
they kind of wasted Nakamura's reign, but
Fuck it. It'll be Nakamura.
all right,
Okay.
love it.
Hunter, what else was on the flashcards today from earlier?
Oh Jesus. I don't have my glasses, so hold on.
Early Royal Rumble prediction.
Oh, the Royal Rumble predictions. Okay.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one. All right. So, with that being said, we've kind of done like early Royal Rumble predictions of episodes prior, but we have betting odds in front of us. that we're going to dive into as we speak. So obviously the favorite right now is Brock Lesnar, which a favorite hasn't won the Royal Rumble in how many years now? 5, 6.
Wow. I don't even know. But I remember when I saw Brock Lesnar in like October. Just saying.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Oh,
just saying.
Seth Rollins, 7-1, almost 8-1. AJ Styles and The Rock, 9-1. Kevin Owens, 10-1. Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, 12-1. Roman, 14-1. Bobby Lashley and Riddle, 16-1. Big E, 18-1. Braun Breaker, 20-1. Cesaro, 20-1. And then, honestly, if you have $5, just because it's WWE and nothing would surprise me, Vincent Kennedy McMahon at 250-1.
God, imagine that payout.
Would be pretty good. Would be pretty
I
good.
really hope it's not almost, but what do you think about the top 5? Let's at least focus there.
So, The Rock's not going to be in it.
No.
Brock's not going to win. Almost isn't going to win. I could see either Seth or AJ. It would be good for AJ's career if he
it's one
if
of
he
the things
Royal
he hasn't
Rumble
done.
winner.
You know, he debuted at the event a few years ago, and it'd be cool to have him get that full circle.
Technically 6 years ago now, right?
Was it 16 or 15? 16.
I think it was 2016.
Yeah, so it'll be 6 years once this one airs. Yeah,
that's wild that AJ Styles has been in WWE that
feels
long.
like he's been there forever.
Yeah,
and now that he's finally free of the tag team stuff, and he showed up on NXT seemingly as a babyface again, could be big things coming for AJ Styles in 2022. So, if I was putting my money on it, any of this top 5, I'd probably put a $20 bet on AJ. If it was going to be one of those 5, I really don't want Almost to win. That would. If we're doing
our Royal Rumble pool again this year, I'll be ecstatic if I have AJ Styles or Kevin Owens. To be honest with you,
Rollins would make sense. Just because
he hasn't won it either.
He did. He did it in when I went with the guys into New York 2019. He won that one to face Lesnar.
You sure?
I know he did win a Rumble. I just can't remember which one. I'm pretty sure it was 2019.
I'm gonna fact check you on that.
Okay.
But so let's see. So Edge, Drew. Oh no, you were. That was the year him and Becky both won at Chase Field in Arizona. That's right.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember now. Yep. Okay, makes sense.
Him winning again would make sense. He's just one of their staple guys. He's a consistent guy. You can throw him in a big spot and he's going to deliver. So, if you want to have someone, I don't know if it'd be with Big E or if he's going to say he finally wants a shot with Roman. If Roman's still champion, you could go a lot of different ways with that one too.
Diego, what are you thinking?
Where the top 5 again?
I mean, it doesn't have to be on the top 5, but Lesnar, Rollins, almost AJ Styles, and that actor from Hollywood known as Dwayne Johnson. The CEO,
pop culture phenomenon, Dwayne Johnson.
No, CEO and president of the XFL, Dwayne Johnson.
Also true. He does do that.
So right now, my head is going in 3 different ways. One definitely thinks that it's time for AJ Styles to win it. I would love for him to win it. He has the capabilities. He's shown that he's well talented and deserves that opportunity. On another way, though, I'm gonna go with a dark horse here, who left WWE to film a movie, but could be in time for a return. And that would be John Cena to come out of nowhere and be presented in the Royal Rumble. Surprises have happened in the Royal Rumble, and he could be a surprise. The other person.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
The other person that I could think of that could win it and this could be for a tying legacy championship moment kind of thing. Because correct me if I'm wrong, but the most winning title person in WWE right now is John Cena, right?
So a guy who's won them like the most titles.
Yeah, he's won like 16 titles or something like that. 15.
Yeah, he's tied with Ric Flair for 16 all time.
Right. And close behind him is Randy Orton. What if this is an opportunity for Randy Orton to tie that record and have them two go head to head to untie it.
My dream scenario for both of their last matches, or at least John Cena's, is a Orton versus Cena for the championship at like a WrestleMania, and they
Absolutely.
both just retire. They both just
Absolutely.
retire.
That's where I'm headed at.
And they
That's where
both
I'm
get
headed.
to 16 reigns, and then you have that match, and whoever wins it
That's-
becomes that 17.
That's basically what I just said, but yes.
I remember, I love that. I wouldn't hate it.
I mean,
Orton's at what, 14?
Was he even on that list that came out? I know
No.
Riddle was.
No.
he should be on that list. that
Orton's
came
either a
out, but-
13 or 14 time champion. He'll get me. He'll win it a few more times.
So he won the
thought he was-
WWE.
I thought he was a
WWE
15-time
10,
champion.
14.
14.
Okay.
He also is a 2-time Royal Rumble winner, by the way.
Yep.
So
09 and 2017.
Mhm.
So if that's the case, 2025, fucking book is Randy Orton winning the
But-
Royal Rumble
but-
at 46 years old.
but another ending that could very well happen in the Royal Rumble and that could lead onto WrestleMania finally. It's Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar in the end of the Royal Rumble. Who wins that?
That would 100% be my pick if Lesnar wins the title at day one. My bet would shift immediately to Bobby Lashley.
So that's the three different ways that I'm headed. I don't know. I don't really have one to pick at this moment.
I
It's too early to tell. It's tough.
I still like my Damian Priest pick as like a little sneaky one still. I don't think he's gonna be a
he's
cliff.
He's got those top odds, He's
Yeah.
right in there.
So
Into the thick
I don't
of
know.
it. Yeah. It's one of those
Into the
times
thick
a
of
year
it.
where it's like it's cool that you don't entirely know who's gonna win. Even like last year, there was like a bit of speculation because 2 years ago it was like it's Drew McIntyre's Royal Rumble. He's winning it, no questions asked. This last one and now this upcoming one, with how things are going, it could really be anybody. They could pick some random guy that has left the company like Bray Wyatt and be like, we're sorry. Stop being a dickhead. Come back, win the Rumble. Go to WrestleMania.
So
Could be anything.
from the men's to the women's side,
I could not find the odds for the women's. Were you able to?
I have one.
Okay.
There's a
Updated
clear
or was
cut-
this from like a month ago?
This is from
The only
current
one I
day
saw-
because
Okay.
this is from as of today
Okay.
because I looked and it also had the men's as the same ones.
Oh, beautiful. Okay.
So in this one, I agree with the favorite because this is someone that people are forgetting about, and this would be something that she hasn't won yet as well, and that's Bayley.
Yep.
Bayley's the favorite right now, 5-2. Behind her is Liv Morgan at 13-2. Sasha Banks 10-1. Alexa Bliss 12-1. Ripley 14-1. Sonya Deville 16-1. Naomi, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair 20-1. This is for Pisano. Asuka 25-1.
I miss her, man. I wish she'd come back.
Shayna Baszler 25-1. Tegan Knox, Eva Marie 25-1.
Tegan Knox, she's not even with the company anymore.
Well, that's what it says. Ronda Rousey 25-1. You know who's got better odds than ready for this?
I don't know.
Vicky
Stephanie
Vicky
McMahon
Guerrero.
500-1.
It could literally be anybody if they have released people on the list.
Yeah.
What
no,
was
I mean-
it? What was the last one?
Stephanie McMahon 500-1. She's a mother of three.
Yeah, true. Former wrestler. People forget.
Seriously.
It's a good thing
but-
people forget.
Yeah. I mean, I like
I
the
think-
favorite being Bayley. If she's healthy and ready to come back, she makes perfect sense.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, if she's healthy
think-
and her ACL is good to go, I don't remember if it was ACL or Achilles, whatever it was.
But
But
it
if
was
it's
an
good to
ACL
go,
injury.
yeah, if she's good to go, it's got to be her. That makes perfect
So
sense.
if she's not fully healthy, who is it?
If she's not fully healthy, I'm gonna pick Sasha because they'll probably just go with one of the 4 horsewomen.
What about Liv Morgan?
If she doesn't win the title day one, I think she's gonna roll back down the card a little bit. I could be wrong. It's just one of those things where I wouldn't hate it because it would be a cool moment for her, obviously. But then again,
would-
now this feud's gonna be going on for 6 months.
Mhm.
It's too much.
Agreed.
Oh,
Three of them that I would like. Bailey's 1. Rhea Ripley 2.
Mhm.
Shotzi Blackheart 3.
Mhm.
Any one of those three, I'd be okay with.
My top three would probably be, Rhea Ripley, like you said, Bailey, and then
Like I also said,
Bianca being a repeat winner to go on to face Becky.
Diego, what do you think?
That's tough, man, because if Bailey's not there, which I don't think she will be, I don't think she'll recover in time. ACL injuries are one of those that either you're operated correctly, you can heal within time, or you're operated correctly, but the therapy just doesn't work. And in this instance, I just don't see the therapy working enough time for her to be able to have her return. So with that said, I also don't believe Liv Morgan would be the winner here. I think her time is coming at day one. It'll be wonderful. Let's say if it doesn't happen, I think she's one of the top 3 finishers, but she's not the winner. So with that in mind, I'm going to say I agree with the Sasha take. I also believe Sonya Deville will have a factor here. She will probably want to be in the Rumble there. So I'm gonna throw her as one of my dark horses there. But I do agree that they're gonna want to keep it within the 4 horsewomen. So I'm gonna go with Charlotte Flair, unfortunately. That's one of my choices.
Yeah, good. My whole thing that I
completely hate Charlotte Flair with everything she could even breathe.
So good, but I'm so sick of her.
Oh, I'm sick and tired of her.
She's so freaking good. The best female performer of all time. But
You know what I just realized? And now I'm upset.
What?
I'm gonna be in Arizona for the Royal Rumble.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we'll put you in the pool.
Okay.
I'll make sure. Yeah, I know I said no last year to certain people, but that wasn't the core pals.
Appreciate that.
Make sure he drowns.
So I will. One of the fun things. Gonna get all the dog shit numbers. One of my favorite things to do for the Rumble every year, there's always an Iron Man or an Iron Woman that will come in within the top 8 and then last to the final 4. For the women's and the men's, who do you think that's going to be this year?
Women's
Who gets that big like, you know what I'm talking about? It's the it's the Iron Man.
Yeah, the thing. Shayna Baszler is going to last the longest for the women for sure.
Okay.
And then the men, I'm gonna say that's a good question. I'm gonna say almost.
Okay.
I don't think he wins it, but I think he's very productive.
I think he'll be one of those ones where the ring kind of fills up with a little bit of the undercard guys. He comes in, he eliminates 4 or 5 people, and then the big names like a Drew McIntyre, Sheamus, and Big E are let's get him, and then they throw him over. But
yeah, agreed.
Yeah. My picks, I think, for the women's, it's going to be Liv Morgan, or if she's not champion, or Naomi, based on how her storyline's gone. And then that's where Sonya Deville could come in, where Naomi's last and she gets to the final 4, and something happens where Deville screws her over and pulls her over the top rope. Or, when Naomi does the thing when she tries to save herself from elimination, like they do with her and Kofi Kingston every year.
Yep.
She's about to get back in the ring, and then Sonya Deville does something to ruin that. For the men's...
That's another thing to watch out for, Kofi Kingston to win the men's.
Dude, I wouldn't hate it. My pick, though, for the men's Iron Man is Xavier Woods. I think with how he's gone with King of the Ring, it's not going to be one of those things where you expect him to really win it. But
right.
Him making it to the end, you could be like, holy shit, are they actually about to do this? Him or Cesaro, I think, are a safe pick for the final 5 of the men's.
There you go.
Yeah, I go.
Yeah, I think this one a little bit.
Basically, it's just thinking, who do you think could last the longest?
I get it. I'm
well aware of the question.
Do you understand the assignment, sir?
Oh, you look like you are dazed and confused. My mistake.
We all.
I was not, sir. Thank you.
It's Monday. This week doesn't matter. Go
Okay.
ahead, sorry.
Perfect. I hate to interrupt.
Appreciate you.
I think actually for the men's, I actually am going to go with Finn Balor as being one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not him, then it's Matt Riddle.
That's a good one.
But for the women, I have a funny feeling that Ronda Rousey's coming back. So I'm picking her,
man. Okay.
So I'm picking her as an option, but I would not be upset if Liv Morgan is definitely one of those women that comes in that position. And it's one of the, like I said, she could be one of the top 3 finishers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If Rousey comes back, though, you have to imagine she'd win it, right?
If Ronda comes back, she's winning it. And I mean,
yeah,
both times that she's come back in 2020, she entered at the Royal Rumble.
At 20. What?
No, not 2020, 2018. I'm sorry, 2018. Jesus.
She came at the end of the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, she showed up at the end of the Rumble, after Asuka won.
I think she was the favorite to win at 2018, wasn't it?
I can't remember, to be honest.
I'm pretty sure she was one of the favorites. She had like 150 odds or something like that.
I didn't corrupt on him until 2019.
I didn't gamble till 2019. So,
but seeing though how her and Becky Lynch did have that unfinished storyline, I would not be surprised if they pick it right back up in 2022.
I think that's the first one that they go to.
Yeah. If Ronda's back, that's the main event of WrestleMania this year. Fuck Roman Reigns. It's Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, 100%. Well, see, the thing too that with the Ronda Rousey stuff, whenever there's always these rumored returns, like how for years it was like CM Punk's gonna come back, but The Rock's gonna come back. This is the first year that it's been super, super quiet that Rousey could be back. Like every year, they're like, someone you always got to keep in mind, Ronda Rousey. This could be time. No one's talking about it. So this is usually when WWE pulls it out of their ass and says, "Oh, here she is. You weren't expecting it."
Hot take: Trish Stratus is back in the ring for Ronda Rousey.
Yeah, I think Trish Stratus will be in the Rumble. They need people to fill out the roster. So
sure.
Yeah.
Trish Stratus.
And AJ Lee's winning WrestleMania too.
Well, who did Trish Stratus recently say she wanted to have a moment with?
Ghost of China.
Bobby Lashley.
Holograms. Oh, you know who was? Mickie James wanted to have a moment with like Charlotte, she said recently. So if Mickie James is a free agent after Impact, maybe they'll give them a little thing. But Mickie James is probably like, nah, screw these guys, because they returned all her stuff in a trash bag when they fired her. Remember that?
Mm-hmm. I remember. All right, but let's not talk about bad WWEs any longer.
Wrap it up.
But Royal Rumble, very good. A little less than a month, a little over a month away.
I think almost,
maybe a little less.
Is it exactly a month away?
Something like that. It's the 29th of January.
Yeah, so
it's it's also a Saturday this year. It's not a Sunday.
Love it. All the pay-per-views on Saturdays, please.
It's the plan, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you guys check it out. The socials. Make sure you guys are following the Suplex Biddies account at Suplex Biddies on Twitter. We're doing everything big. Trying to keep you in the loop with everything wrestling wise.
Just real quick, John Cena follows us on Twitter. Why don't you? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
that's
the thing.
John
Cena follows us.
Problem? You don't like John Cena?
He can see. He can see us.
Yeah.
He can see us. You can see us.
Get in there.
Press
join
that
the fucking
button.
family.
Yeah, join the family. John Cena joined.
Yeah,
that's it. But make sure you guys are also following our socials as well. At Andrew Honeybuns, correct?
Something like that.
At Diego_DJ. If you are in the Boston area, my friend is doing his first ever New Year's Eve DJing event. So make sure that you check that out, because that's going to be lit.
Well, I mean, it's sold out. So if you didn't buy tickets, sorry, you're missing out.
Nope.
So what you should do
I appreciate the plug, though. I appreciate it.
Find the stream on Twitch. It'll be there.
No, see, this is what you should do. Hear me out here. What you should do is you just sit by the harbor, listen to them going around, and you can hear the type of music that Diego plays. The next time he posts where he's performing, you go and you pay to see him. Find
one of those non-shady gentlemen that go tickets, and buy it from them.
It's gonna be me, because it's gonna be. I mean, it's gonna be me and Humphrey. We bought 30. We bought 30 just to sell them for overpriced.
I printed fake ones in my house. I'm gonna sell the fake ones to the people.
Hunter uses PS5 to do it.
Yeah.
They do those, right?
Yeah. Does everything.
But from and then myself at C Jones 1212. But from all of us here, Suplex Biddies, thank you to Couch Guy Sports. Wish you guys a happy rest of your 2021, and we'll see you guys in 2022 with some day one recap and some fun little other topics that we could be discussing. Who knows?
A little
But from the three of us here, from the DVD player in my house, and from the Jergens in the back of Diego's house, and the Walking Dead in the back of Hunterman's house, thank you guys for an incredible year. We wouldn't be here
that's Lord
without
of the Rings, bro.
Shut up.
You say that's the Walking Dead?
No.
You're the worst. Okay, carry on.
I was trying to do a nice little moment here, and you fucking ruined it.
I did.
Just so you know. But from all of us here, thank you very much for tuning in to us every week. And we'll see you guys next year in 2022.